Day 76. Still here in Bland, Virginia. We're about to leave the hotel or motel, Big Walker Motel, and head into the town to do resupply and go to the post office because I want to dump a bunch of stuff. But a little update, or not update, but had something interesting this morning. I watched a lot of hiking videos on YouTube prior to this year, getting ready for my trip. And because I was still in the Army and I hadn't retired yet, and I couldn't do it until I got out. So I was very active watching AT vlogs and YouTubers and stuff for the last 5 years. But this year I haven't been watching a lot because I'm doing it. And right before I left, I discovered Ramdino. I hadn't watched him before, but I was at the hotel this last night, you know, and I was watching some YouTube videos, and I stumbled across an episode of Ramdino. Shout out, great videos. But I think it was like two weeks ago. He put I guess Dog Tag had sent in an update and included me in it in the background. And I don't know why I went in the comment section, but I was kind of like just thumbing through the comment section, and I saw this guy, some troll named John BRM or something, and he's like, "Big Sexy is yellow blazing, I knew it, ha ha ha." And I'm like, are we talking about me? Because I'm definitely not yellow blazing. I don't know if he's just mad that he's slower than the slowest person on the trail or what, but if you watch my channel or watch my videos, you can tell I'm not yellow blazing. Now, I'm not a purist by any means. I've taken a few blue blazes, including aqua blaze, but I'm walking from Georgia to Maine. There is no hostel jumping or getting a ride from point A to point B and skipping sections of trail. So I don't know what this guy was talking about. And in the video too, I couldn't figure out where he would have gotten that idea from. So I just wanted to clarify that I am not yellow blazing, and John BRM is just some troll. Well, we just got back on trail. I was able to dump a bunch of stuff at the Bland post office. And then we went to the grocery store and did a crappy resupply, honestly. Should have went to Dollar General. For me anyway, now that I'm not cooking. I wanted more protein bars. There wasn't a big selection. So, that's that. And the weather is not looking as good as it did yesterday, so we shall see what we see today. So we're at Jenny Knob Shelter, and we're still reeling from our 26.8. I was feeling it real bad yesterday, but I think Stick is feeling it today. So we did like 11 miles today, across the 600-mile mark, from Brushy Mountain Outpost to Jetty Hop Shelter. And we got here early, and we didn't want to move anymore. So we're hanging out, and tomorrow we're gonna push a 17-mile day to Woods Hole. Yeah, kind of weird. We've been doing some hostel jumping, or I feel like we haven't been out in the woods for a long period of time in a while, and we wanted to change it going in now after a little resupply and plan, but we didn't do a great resupply. I was able to get off, like I sent home a lot of stuff this morning. I got rid of my air mattress, the inflator for my air mattress. I got rid of my bear canister. Got rid of my gas. I kept my stove just in case I changed my mind. But got rid of a pair of pants. Got rid of my frog top. Kept my poncho. So yeah, got rid of a bunch of stuff, and we did a resupply that was like couldn't find anything that we wanted, because we went to the actual grocery store instead of Dollar General. We probably would have been better off in Dollar General. And now we wanted to kind of try to push for like a 5-day or something, 5 or 6 days in the woods. But yeah, tomorrow we'll hit Woods Hole Hostel, and kind of on the list of great places to check out while you're on the trail. So we got one more night in a hostel tomorrow, maybe dinner, and then afterwards I think that's where we're gonna push for like a 5-day or so, right through Harrisburg, and try to get our way to the Triple Crown. We're pretty close, like we're at like 610 right now, I think, around there. We're like 609. I gotta look at my map. But yeah, we got almost less than 100 miles till we hit Dragon's Tooth, which is the start of it. So pretty exciting. Although we are sore. I have my feet are crap to begin with. They've been bothering me for a while. They're not any worse. They're just tender and sore. But I did get my right shin kind of feels like shin splint right now. So I got to baby that a little bit, but a little bit easier now that my pack's lighter. Of course, I can't weigh it yet. So hopefully Woods Hole also has a scale so I can see what my pack weight is and see if it's finally under 47 pounds. But yeah, Stick said to me, I'm done today. I'm like, okay, all right. And then we're going to push a little harder tomorrow to try to get to Woods Hole Hostel. So that's it. When we got into camp, we ran into Fun Fact and Starman. They were taking a break. They pushed on, but right after that, I set up my tent. Stick set up his hammock, and I think we both took a nap for a long time now. Woke up by all the people that are hitting the shelter now. It's like 5 o'clock now, and everyone's hiked a long day and roaming in and seeing us already set up, crashed out. That's pretty funny. But actually, because of our kind of 2 Neros in a row, we may have kind of fell behind anything we gained from doing that cake marathon. We might actually see Dr. Quinn and Optimus tonight. I have a feeling they might roll into this camp. So, because we're seeing some of the same people we saw around them when we did the marathon. So maybe we'll be reunited with the old family again for the night. We'll see. But that's pretty much it for today. Yeah, not a very exciting hike today besides the 600-mile marker.
And that's even like, 600 is kind of like a, at this point, like after hitting 500, and now the next one is like 1,000. So like 600, 700, 800, 900. Well, I guess when they start getting higher, it'll be even cooler, but I don't know. It felt like we just hit 500, so 600 was like but still an accomplishment. And yeah. Well, that's it for today. Yeah, I don't have a lot of video, and I wasn't feeling it, and yeah, really wasn't much to see. Just a woods walk. All right, see you later. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I know I said this morning I got some haters on Rim Dino's post, but I also have like people keep unsubscribing or something, and something's weird. I get up a couple and then a couple down. So either they hate my guts or somebody's doing some weird stuff like subscribing and then unsubscribing. But if you would like and subscribe, and I'm also still raising money for the Black River American Legion, and if you are capable and have the means to make a donation, that would be great. At the end of this video is the link for PayPal. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good night.
Day 77. Just leaving Denny Knob Shelter. Oh, what a... I hope this isn't going to be one of those days. But we got there yesterday. Turns out there's this dude zeroing there because his foot hurt. I mean, I guess that's the norm. We're there. We decided to Nero there because our feet hurt. But turns out the guy is a guy I met when I was on the cake marathon. And the first 3 seconds of meeting him, he went on this big spiel about not being able to sleep at the last hostel he was at because of somebody snoring, and he's sick of paying money and not being able to sleep. And that one time somebody was snoring in a shelter, so he kicked him to wake him up, because if he's got to be awake, I'm going to be awake. And that why do these people even bother coming out here if they haven't learned how to breathe yet? I don't know. I did not like in 3 seconds I was like, I hate this guy. Like, his name's like Furby or something, or like Figuerosa, something with an F. Well, like, I had to leave Chestnut Shelter just because he was standing around and he was annoying the shit out of me. And I didn't say anything that time because, I try not to have confrontations on the trail. I was like, man, if you would have kicked me in shelter because I was snoring, which I don't even snore that much, but if you would have kicked me while I was snoring, I probably would have kicked you back right in the fucking teeth. So, I don't like this guy. Anyway, that's the guy who ends up zeroing at the shelter we were at last night. So I stayed in my tent. I just tried to avoid him. He's like chatting it up with all these other people. Plus, there's a lot of people there who, like, I swear, they ain't talking, they ain't breathing. Just non-stop talking. Anyway, he starts going on about the snoring thing again. I've heard this story before. So I got a little excited. I'm like, oh, now's my chance. I get to say something. Except what I didn't take into account is that none of the other people at the shelter have heard this story before. When I shout, like when he says, these people out here, they're so inconsiderate with their snoring, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why they bother, like, sleeping in shelters or whatever. And I'm just like, I guess everybody who snores should go kill themselves, huh? Dead silence. Because nobody else knows what I'm talking about, knows that he's, like, going around kicking people in their sleep. So now I'm the asshole. I'm the one who's looking like a weirdo. I'm like, oh, great. I should have thought about that one a little better. So, yeah, there's a whole group of people who think I'm a nut job or some cranky old bastard, which I am, but I usually conceal it a little bit better. than I did this morning. So there's a fun story. My first outburst, finally telling people how I feel. I guess maybe because I'm sore and didn't really like where I was, and I had to listen to meaningless chit chat for so long that I kind of snapped when he started going into his anti-snore campaign again. And like, you know, like I get it, but like you have to deal. We're living in communities here, like out here in the wilderness, and like normal bodily functions like farting, sneezing, coughing, snoring. Why don't you learn how to sleep better? Because people can't control that stuff. And you know, there's other things that you can do to be considerate that people do, like, you know, not talking like all through the night, or you know, some of your exploding your bag in other people's areas and stuff. But I don't know, I just kept like thinking, like, I had some friends out here who snore, and I just imagined like watching that guy kick one of my friends for snoring. It would not have been good. So I don't know, it got under my skin so much that I had to say something, and all I did was make myself look like a jerk. Oh well. Now I look unstable. What's up? Well, if you don't care, I will. All right. It's a lot more wobbly than I thought it was going to be. So Stick and I jumped off trail. We made a decision to, again, no, but we made a decision to go over to Trent's Grocery. We're in there and they had some food. A great place to resupply too if you want to. It's only like 0.5 from the trail. And we went in there and I'm looking at what I want to eat. And all of a sudden, the gentleman behind the counter is like, you kind of look like Big Sexy. So I'm like, what? Well, I got to meet a fan who's following the YouTube channel. He works here. His name's Randy. And the owner, Jimmy, I believe. We had a great lunch. And we're about to head on. And I coined a new phrase. Sometimes when the route is nicer the way you're going than on the trail, I'm going to call it, it's like a blue blaze, but it's a gray blaze because I'm going to stay on the concrete for the next couple miles. But we're going to go over to the falls and go this way instead of going backwards. So that's the plan. Stay tuned. Ooh, ah. I made it. A little late for dinner, but I'm here. Stick, I finally got a hold of Stick, and Stick is trailing quite a bit behind. So I don't know what time he's gonna get here.